Those are pretty. Hello. Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate you. Happy Friday, y'all. To everybody, to those of you who are just scrolling by, to those of you who say hi, to those of you just in the chat chilling. There's my cactus. I love that cactus. Y'all know I love that cactus. There's like probably like about 3 to 4 cactuses that I pass by. Hey, Vanessa. How you doing, Vanessa? Happy Friday. Robert. Hey, Robert. How are you doing, Robert? Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to each and every one that is scrolling, stopping for a few minutes, a few seconds, or whatever it is that you're doing. Happy Friday. I hope you had a great week. But hey, look, it's the weekend, okay? So you guys have make sure that you have a great weekend. Get you some rest and some relaxation, okay? Take a load off and get ready. Look, get ready for next week. But make sure that you have some fun, okay? Okay? Vanessa says, I'm good. Happy Friday. Robert says, thank you. You're welcome, Robert. We appreciate you for coming into the chat. Hey, Show Nuff. Show Nuff says, hello, Lions Pride. Happy Friday. Hello, Vanessa and Robert. So, do you guys have any special plans for the weekend? Or are you just chilling and relaxing? Y'all, I want to go gambling. I want to go gambling. I have been thinking about it for a few hours, okay? And I want to go gambling. Gambling is so much fun. It's stress relieving, but you gotta know what your limit is. Hey! Yeah. Little baby in the doorway. Just chilling, Vanessa. I get it. I understand. That's all I plan to do too. Vanessa, I'm probably not going gambling. I wanted to. Earlier, I had it like that was the plan. I was like, I'm going gambling. And I was in another live, and Miss Catherine was friends. I was in her live, and we were talking about it a little bit, me and Chef Finest Wine. And I said, I'm in a dilemma. I can go gambling, or I can use that money to go shopping, or I can save that money. I can save that money. But one thing about it, if I do go gambling, you got to know your limits. You guys know your limits. We can indulge in those guilty pleasures, okay? As long as we know our limits. As long as we know our limits. So, did anything exciting happen with you guys this week? Did anything exciting or anything unexpected, hopefully in a good way, happen to you guys this week? If so, y'all look at me. Y'all know I'm nosy. Look at those mushrooms. Those are some big ones. I don't know where they came from because I don't see any more in their yard, but it looks like somebody chopped them up during yard work or something. But those are some big mushrooms. Vanessa says, I really want to go myself. Vanessa, I know we need to cyber go. We need to hang out and cyber go together because I really, you know how it is when you want to do something and it's like mentally you want to do it, but I don't know. You know what? Mentally you want to do it and mentally you don't want to do it. It's not even like a 50-50. Maybe it is a 50-50. Like half of your mental processes want to do it and the other half is like, nah, just chill out. Stay at the house. It's like I really want to go. And I think it's just that. I know what it is. I want to go, but I don't feel like getting up, getting ready to go. Maybe that's what it is. I want to go, but I don't feel like getting ready to go. Yeah, I think that's what it is. And I think some of it is too that I would probably rather go shopping right now. Like I don't have a lot of money to splurge, but I got a little bit. I got a little bit, and I guess technically I could do both, but I just want to have fun. I just want to stick with one. I want to stick with one. I want to stick with one. I don't know. Because if I go gambling, I can go gambling, get a nice bite to eat. If I go shopping, I can go shopping and get a nice bite to eat. So, I don't know why this shopping just popped up in my mind all of a sudden. Because earlier, I was fixed on going to gambling. Okay? I was fixed on gambling. But now, for some reason, my mind, like I said, it's 50-50. It's in a battle. Shopping just popped up. So look, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can go shopping early tomorrow. Because I wanted to go gambling tonight. So maybe I can go shopping early tomorrow. And if I don't spend much money or if I don't find anything, I can go gambling tomorrow evening, tomorrow night. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can do that. But something just, I don't know, sometimes the casino is they just do so much better on a Friday. I don't know if you guys have noticed that with the casinos that you go to, but sometimes it seems like they do so much better on Friday. Now that being said, that doesn't mean that you can't go and get a good payoff throughout the week or Saturday or whatever. But I don't know. It seems like you can, it just depends on the casino. And I think more importantly on how many people are there. Because you know how the machines are. If you like to play slots, they kind of cycle around. Kind of like YouTube does. 1 minute you're getting a lot of views and a lot of subscribers. The next minute, they chill you off. They cool you off. You aren't getting many views. You aren't getting many new subs. And then it just cycles around. But any day is a good day to play the tables, okay? If you want to play blackjack, Tonk, or any of those other table games, any day is a good day. It is, Vanessa. It's crowded on the weekends. It really is. And the good thing about it is, it's crowded on the weekends, so I feel like the more people playing the machines, the better your chances are of those machines getting triggered to hit for you. But you still never know when that's gonna be. Like if you get there at 7, have enough people played it to trigger off some hits about 8, 9 o'clock. Hey little doggy. Y'all ain't seen him in a while. He's so tiny and cute. Yeah, he's so tiny and cute. Y'all hadn't seen him in a while. So I put him on. As soon as he saw me coming, y'all, he came. He's a little dog. He's a full-grown dog. But he looks like a little puppy with a big Barton. But let me tell you, I don't care how little they are. To me, all dogs have a big bite. All dogs have a big bite to me. I don't care how small they are. They all have a big bite. Yes, it is crowded on the weekends. And the only thing I don't like about that, sometimes on the weekend when it's crowded like that, it's hard to find a machine if you like to play the slot machines. And even on the tables, sometimes it can be hard to get a seat. It can be hard to get a seat. So I like it when it's crowded, but not too crowded. Not too crowded. Because it gets frustrating when it's too crowded. The only way it's not frustrating when it's very, very crowded is if you happen to find a machine, or if you're playing something at the table and you're doing good. And you're doing good. Now, if that's the case, it's all good. But I don't like it. I really don't like it when it's very crowded. Because, that stuff is still floating around. So you just got to try and be as safe as possible. I heard that it's a lot on the West Coast. But look, you just never know. You never know. You'll hear that it's in one location or one area of the country, and you never know when it's going to be in another place. So you guys still be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Be as careful as you possibly can. And if your mind tells you to mask up, mask up. Don't care about what people think. Don't worry about what people think. That's your body. That's your body. We're living in a time, this is 2024, and we're living in a time where people don't want you to tell them what to do, but they want to tell everybody else what to do. People don't want to tell you about their rights to bear those things called ARMS, it's arms. They don't want you to speak on that, but they want to tell women what to do with their bodies. They want to tell men and women what to wear, what not to wear. So we're living in funny times. I just don't understand why particular groups of people want to tell you what you can't do with your body, make laws preventing you from doing certain things with your body that will only affect you and your family. But if you want to tell them about safety, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Right, Vanessa, right. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Especially in crowded places. I think what it is now is that it's so just known now that people aren't saying anything, or people are just kind of, saying it like it's normal. Like saying it's like they're saying it like it's like saying you got a cold or something. Because I guess people feel like it's just, gonna be around. So they just say it like it's a cold or something. But let me tell you, it's still a lot more serious than that. It's still a lot more serious than that, especially for people who have things already going on. Hey, Key Kitchen. Welcome into the chat, Key Kitchen. Glad to have you in the chat. Appreciate you for coming in and saying hello. So, that being said, guys, don't care about, if you feel like you need to wear a mask, wear one. Don't be bothered by what somebody says about you, okay? Because again, those same people who are so much against mask wearing are the same ones that they're just control freaks. They're against mask wearing, right? Which is not mandatory, right? So they don't have to wear it, but they want to tell you, that you shouldn't wear it. They want to control you. Those are the same type of people that want to tell women what to do with their bodies, when there should be a decision between her doctor, and her family. Okay? They are also the same people who want to bear arms, but whenever they're trying to make those laws about that, they rise up and have fits. So it's real funny how people think they can tell you what to do and how to do it. But whenever you tell them something, then you're infringing upon their rights. So don't worry about what people say. If you feel the need to put on a mask, put on a mask. That is the only thing about it, Vanessa. Like you said, it's crowded. And I'm like, maybe subconsciously, maybe that's why I started thinking about going shopping instead. Vanessa says, hey, Key Kitchen. Key says, hi, Vanessa. Maybe that's why I thought about, instead of going gambling, going shopping. Because look, You can shop right there in the comfort of your own home, right? I'm still trying to get used to that. And Key Kitchen and Vanessa, you are ladies. Do you guys prefer going into the store, the boutique, or do you prefer online shopping? What do you ladies prefer? Because I love going inside, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. I love going inside, but I know that online shopping is now the thing, with a lot of people. But I hate the thought of, because there are so many different makers of clothing, and you get your size, and when you get your size, if it's not true to fit, or if it's not like, maybe it's small, say you wear a 10, and it says a 10, but it feels more like an 8. Then you gotta wrap it back up, you gotta ship it back off, and wait for it again. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, my patience are too short. I hate that. Miss Key, you like online shopping? It's like, I like it as far as like the looking and the browsing. You know what? Let me rephrase it. I do like it, but I'm just like a kid in a candy store. It's like, I want it right now. Like I want it right now. So when I go into the store, I feel like I can just try it on. Or I don't really like trying on clothes though. I prefer to get them home and wash them first. But if I know I'm going shopping for clothing, I tend to prepare for that. I put on 2 pairs of underwear, 2 sets of underwear. Y'all gonna laugh, but I be putting on 2 sets of underwear. Because people are trying. See, that is the downside to going inside the store. If you like trying on your clothes, you don't know how many people have tried them on. But I try not to think of that way, because, for years and years growing up, we went shopping. We didn't have online shopping. And most of the times you try your clothes on, because nobody likes to get home and then try the clothes on and they don't fit. I can remember our grandparents, they lived in a different town. So every year before school started, they went school shopping for us, but they wouldn't come pick us up, because that was just a bit much. They would just go shopping. My grandmother was great about guessing our sizes. Do y'all know, I can't remember ever having to say I needed to return something when my grandmother and grandfather shopped for me. That was just something our grandparents did. They kind of, to help out. They would shop. They would go to the store. They would go to the department store. They would buy us clothing. And I do not remember a time when the clothing didn't fit. And I'm going to say it had to at least be 1 or 2 times. But I guess if it was something that they bought for me that didn't fit, maybe one of my sisters could get it. And the same thing's for my brothers. If one of them couldn't wear it, then I guess the other one probably wore it. And it was like so easy back then. And then when my parents would take us shopping, we would try clothes on. But back then we didn't think twice about who all tried the clothes on and stuff like that, unless they were obviously dirty. Unless they were obviously dirty. So now I think that's just stuck with me. Even my mom will shop online. I'm like, she shops online and enjoyed it. She enjoyed it way better than I do. What I'm starting to like, what did make me kind of start to get with it, is just the fact that when you're at home and you're chilling, instead of being on social media or watching TV, even if I don't buy anything, it is nice to just kind of browse. It is nice to browse and just look at the clothing and stuff. Hey, Alice. Alice says, hey, Lions Pride Mod in the chat. Happy Friday. Vanessa says, hi, Alice. Happy Friday, Alice. Thank you for joining the chat. We appreciate you. I'm glad to have you. It's Free Me Friday. Free me from work. Free me from work. I'm off the weekend. And for those of you who are weekend warriors, we appreciate you. We appreciate you too. And we hope that you have a great, great weekend of work. Some people work weekdays and weekends. They work maybe like a Monday through Thursday, off Friday, work Saturday, Sunday, off Monday, work Tuesday through Friday, and then they're off the weekend. So some people work every other weekend like that. Some people work every weekend. Some people just have a weekend schedule, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, so for those of you who work the weekends or some weekends, every other weekends, I hope you guys have a great week at work. Alice says, hi, Vanessa. I hope you guys have a great weekend at work. So Miss Key shops online. Vanessa, Alice, do you guys prefer shopping online? Or do you prefer going inside the store? I prefer going into the store. At first, I couldn't stand shopping online, but I like it a little bit more than I used to. I do like it more than I used to. Because like I said, when you just want to chill out and relax sometimes, even if you're not ready to make a purchase, you can kind of just browse online and, you know, find some things that you would like. But the reason I don't like it as much as going inside is because I have to wait for it to get there. I have to wait for them to ship it. And of course, they usually give you an estimated time and everything, but you gotta wait for them to ship it. And if it happens not to fit, you gotta send it back, and you gotta wait for them to reship it. And that's the only reason I don't like it. That's the only reason I don't. Vanessa, you prefer the store too? I really do. I do. Alice says, I prefer shopping online, especially when stores are crowded. Yeah, that does make sense, Alice. That's what I was talking about. I want to go gambling. And me and Vanessa were talking about gambling, but the weekend is always so crowded when you go gambling. And they've been talking about that thing is floating around kind of heavy again. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was hoping to go, you know, and not have to wear a mask. Maybe I can go early. Hey, Granny. Welcome to the chat, Granny. Granny says, I'm cooking, so I'm in now. Okay, Granny, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who's multitasking. Because a lot of times we multitask, y'all. And so we have to show appreciation for each other. For the subscribers and the content creators, I appreciate you coming in. Because if you're multitasking and you still come in and say hi, and you say, you know, leave a comment here or there, that means you're making me a part of your multitasking. Okay, so I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Alice says, hey, Granny's World. Yes, Alice, I understand. I get that too. It's like, I think maybe that is one reason I did start to like it. Because at first, y'all know how you can be kind of stubborn to change. At first, you know, people have been ordering things. It wasn't online necessarily. But remember, y'all, when they used to have the books? I remember being a kid and my parents and my aunties, they would have that Sears Roebuck book. And what else? Finger Hut. Do y'all remember Finger Hut? You could order things. And I forgot, you would just, what would you do? It wasn't online. I think they would, how would they order that stuff? I know sometimes they had representatives that you could contact and they would place the order. Kind of like with Avon and stuff like that. But I think you used to, what did they do with those books? Because we were kids. But I do remember them ordering out of the Sears Roebuck catalog. So I guess they would just fill out the sheet. That's right. They would fill out the sheet, fill in the size, you know, your address, your name, and all that, your size, and then they would have it shipped. Yes, Sears, Spiegel, etc. Yes, Alice, yes. I know that's right, Miss Alice. Always multitasking. That's why I say I appreciate, you know, everybody who's multitasking and they come in here and say hello, they talk, and, you know, even if they're just listening, you know, they're just listening. So I appreciate that. If you decided that you could put me into your task of things to do or listen to, people to hear, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yes, that's what they would do. They would fill out the order form and send it off and get things back. So maybe that's why my mom adapted to online shopping so easily. Because now they would do that. And I guess when I was a kid, I wasn't really paying much attention to it. So it didn't really bother me about having to wait. I'm sure there were times where we were like, Mom, Dad, is it coming back yet? Has it come back yet? Is it in yet? But, you know, back then, even though they did that, most of the times we went inside the store. So when it came down to online shopping, I was just like, because if it doesn't fit, so say you buy it and you get it home. Like I said, I don't like to try on clothes, but from time to time I will. But for the times that I don't, if I buy it and I get it home and it doesn't fit, I just rent it back to the store. You know, I just rent it back to the store. But if I buy it online and it doesn't fit, I'm so frustrated, y'all, when that happens. I get so frustrated because I'm like, oh my God, I gotta put this back in the packet, send it back off, and wait for them to send it back to me. I want the instant gratification, y'all. I want the instant gratification. But yeah, now that I think about it, maybe that's why my mom adapted to it so well. Because they sure would. They would order out of those books, fill out the order card or the order form, send it in, and then they would get the clothing back. They would get the clothing back. Y'all look at this little bad boy. He already fussed at me one time, y'all. I passed by here, I showed him to you. I hadn't showed him to y'all in a while. And listen at him. He back out here fussing again. He back out here. Hey, Betty. Happy Retirement Days. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. Glad to have you. Look at it. Here he comes. Now I put the phone on. He's just going to stand there and stare. Look, y'all. Look. He just be fussing. He be fussing at me. I tell him he just fuss at me. Yes, y'all, he just be fussing. He comes all the way to the road, all the way to the street, just to fuss at me. He's probably no more than 10 pounds. He probably weigh about a 10-pound bag of sugar. If that. So, Betty, what do you prefer? Do you prefer ordering online, or do you prefer going into the store, to the boutique, into the mall? Alice, he is so little. I'm telling you, he's probably less than a 10-pound bag of sugar. But he has a mouth. So, got to be careful. Vanessa says, happy Retirement Days. Yeah, so I have come to like online shopping a little bit better. Because again, like I said, when I'm bored and don't really want to look at, like, be on YouTube or anything like that, or just browsing the web, I'll go and start looking at some clothing. Let me tell y'all what I mostly do though. I get my kids, I'm like, come here. Can y'all order that for me? Even if I give them the money, y'all, I'm like, can y'all order that for me? That's just lazy. It's so lazy. I don't know. I think what it is though, because it's simple and easy to do. I don't want to get in that habit of doing it. I don't want to get in the habit of doing it myself. So every time I call them, I'm like, can y'all order this for me? And they're like, Mom, just order it. You're looking at it. Just order it. You're looking at it. And I'm like, y'all, I pout. Do y'all pout with y'all's kids? I pout. I be pouting, they be fussing. It's funny how the tables turn. When you get teenagers, young adults, it's like they're up on all the new things to do, the new ways to do them. Now I can remember when my mom and my grandparents, they used to be like, come here, one of y'all. Y'all remember that? They'd be like, come here, one of y'all children. Come here, one of you kids. Come here, one of y'all. And you'd be like, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Granddaddy. And they'll tell you to do something that, and you're looking and saying to yourself like, oh my gosh, you're not old, Mom. You're not old, Granddaddy. Even your grandparents, like, you can do this. But guess what, y'all? They say, forget that. When they call, we better come, okay? When they call, we better come. Now, I'm like, come here, one of y'all. Come here. Oh, and my kids, they'll come through the house and they're like, Mom, what's wrong? What you saying it like that for? And I'm like, I just want to make sure y'all hear me. They was like, okay, Mom, what's up? And then when I'm like, can you order this off of Fashion Nova for me? Cause I ain't gonna lie now, I'm not big about doing it, and I have gotten better though. I am, especially about looking at the stuff. And from time to time I order, but it seems like most of the time I'll ask them to do it. And they're like, Mom, you went on the website, you found something you like, but you can't order it. I'm like, I can order it. And they're like, what the hell? Order it, Mama. Y'all, I will give them the credit card. Hi there. Hello, it's Raja. Hello, it's Raja. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Y'all, they be like, oh my God, Mama. You got the card. You're looking at it. All you got to do is in your cart. Because now sometimes it's not always in the cart. Because sometimes I have to ask their opinion. But for the most part, it's just like a step away from the cart. If not in the cart. They're like, Mom, you got it in the cart. Just order it. And that's the way we used to do when I was growing up with my parents, my grandparents. I'll be like, you gotten this far, can't you do it? Or sometimes it's like, it wasn't like ordering things like that. It would be like, they'd be in the kitchen doing something. And I can remember our granddad telling us one time, your grandmama wants you to come in there and do it because she wants you to see what she's doing. Was y'all grandparents like that? Sometimes you have grandparents, both of them are really vocal. And sometimes one is more vocal than the other. And our granddaddy would be like, your grandmama wants you in there so you can see what she's doing. So you'll know how to cook when you get you a man. So Granny says, Alice, my oldest will be 38 this year and youngest is 22. Wow. Miss Alice says, oh, I missed some comments. Let me see. I wish my adult children were kids again. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh, yes. Because granted, for me, it's like, my older kids, it's like hindsight is 2020. I wish I could just go back sometimes and do things differently, you know. But all in all, overall, if your kids know that you always want the best for them and you truly love them, because some kids don't get that feeling of love. You know, and I know sometimes when we're kids, we're getting fussed at sometimes and we're thinking, how can they love me or whatever? But it's some kids that were really, truly neglected. And they really didn't feel that sense of love. Maybe not from a parent, or maybe they felt it from a grandparent, so they did get some love. Maybe they felt it from an auntie. Then you have some kids who sadly didn't feel it from anybody. You know, it's like people just tolerated them. And that's sad. But me, looking back, hindsight is 2020. There are so many things that I would do differently because now we knew what the outcome was, or we learned better, or, you know, the way that you raised them, you could do a little bit better if you could go back and do it again, if you were able to look back and then given a chance to do it again. Kenneth's Corner, how are you? Welcome into the chat. I had one person that comes in and drops those eyes like that. You almost fooled me. I thought you were my bro. But welcome into the chat, Kenneth's Corner. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know if I am or not so that we can fix it if I'm not. But I thought you was my bro, Big Kane, because I'm used to seeing eyes from Big Kane. This you, Big Kane. Look, Big Kane, you see now. I was about to let Kenneth know. Only one person comes in here dropping those eyes like this. Big Kane said it's me. Did you change your name, bro, or did you is that a different channel? Everybody says hi, Kenneth. Vanessa, Miss Alice says hi. He said, ladies, did you change your name? Is this the same channel? You gotta let us know about these things. I guess you say I just did. But yeah, y'all, I want to go gambling. I want to go shopping. I just need to sit down somewhere. Y'all ever feel like you need to just tell yourself to just sit down somewhere? You ever have so much on your mind or so much you want to do, and you know it's going to cost some money, and you really don't need to be doing it, and you have to just tell yourself to sit down somewhere. Okay, your other channel, Kane's Corner. Yeah, Alice says, yep. I know. Alice is just like, that's what I need to hear. I need to hear sit your butt down. I want to go gambling, but like we were talking earlier, it'll be crowded, I'm sure. So I'm thinking, okay, wait and go in the morning. Like, wait and go in the morning. A lot of times people don't like to go in the morning if they're going to play slot machines. I don't mind going in the morning. Sometimes they be kind of, I think the thing about gambling is most people usually think the more people, the more crowded it is, the better your chances of winning. Because so many people, if you're on the slot machines, because so many people are playing and playing and playing, and yeah, they get cold, but you have so many people playing that eventually they're going to get hot. But when there's not a lot of people, seems like they just kind of stay cold. They take their time because they're not being hit so much. So I'm like, shoot, I don't want to go while it's crowded. I don't really want to go in the morning, but I have won money in the mornings before. I have won money in the mornings before. It's just, you know what? It's just a matter of if it's for you to win. It's just a matter of if it's for you to win. So yeah, I want to do that. I want to go shopping. They both require money. And so something else is just telling me, sit your butt down. Sit your butt down and keep that money. Sit your butt down and keep that money. But y'all know what? When I get done, I'm gonna take a shower. And then by the time I'm done doing that, I'm probably gonna end up chilling out. So if I do go, it'll probably be in the morning. And then I'll go shopping. Because I'm trying to configure this thing and work this thing out so I can do both. Okay? It's called money management. It's called money management. Maybe I can go gambling, hopefully win. But even if I don't, manage it so that I can still go shopping too and get one or two items. Kane says go win some tonight and go shopping tomorrow. I know, right, Kane? I know. I know that's right. That's what I'm thinking. Go win some tonight and go shopping tomorrow. But when I get home, when I get inside, take this shower, I'm probably going to be like, you know what? I can do it later. So if I do that, then this is what I need to do. So I got to do it's one or two things. I'm to go gambling tonight, hopefully win some, and go shopping tomorrow. Or go gambling in the morning, leave a little bit at home, and then go shopping. Or flip that, go shopping first. In case I see something I like, I'll have it. And then go shopping later tomorrow evening. Go gambling later tomorrow evening. So we're going to work this thing out, y'all. We're going to work this thing out, okay? But don't be surprised if I talk to y'all tomorrow and y'all ask me which one did I do, and I say neither. And I say neither. Because I ain't going to lie. When you have a long week and you have all these things in your mind that you're going to do this and you're going to do that, let me tell y'all, once you get to the house, you get you a bite to eat and you sit down, unless it's like an event, sometimes some of the plans that you have for the weekend for yourself, you end up sitting right there on that couch or laying right there in that bed. Or just hanging around the house. Just hanging around the house. So don't y'all be surprised if I don't do either one of them. Because I won't be surprised. Now, if it's an event, somebody's having a wedding or something like that, then yeah, you gotta do it. But sometimes you have all these plans for the weekend, not really big plans. You're just like, well, I'm going shopping. I might go swimming. I might do this, do that. Man, the weekend comes. When Saturday hits, let me tell you, you can do what you plan to do, But sometimes you don't do everything you plan to do. And sometimes you don't do anything. And Saturday flies so fast, the next thing you know is Sunday. And Sunday, if you haven't done whatever you want to do by maybe 5 o'clock, it's like you might not do it, because especially if you got to work Monday, especially if you have to work Monday, because it's like, man, I'm going to bed. Man, I gotta go to bed. Let me tell y'all, it's best to plan out your weekend when you want to do some things, because let me tell you, Saturday flies by so fast, and Sunday you're still off or whatever, but you gotta prepare for Monday. You know, you gotta prepare for Monday. So, and it's kind of like we get a day and a half, even though we do get 2 full days, because Friday, a lot of times you don't feel like doing anything when you get off work. And sometimes you work in the evenings. If you work in the evenings, that means you got all day Saturday and all day Sunday. But around midday Sunday, you're trying to wrap things up at least by maybe 5. Because you got to get ready for work Monday. You got to get ready for work. Thank you, Granny. Granny says, thank you, everyone, for hitting that little thumbs up. I appreciate you. I appreciate the 11 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. Y'all know I don't fuss about those thumbs up. So I appreciate them, though. They're motivational, okay? And I haven't told y'all yet, but look at the legs move. All right, look at the legs move. I want you guys to be motivated to move your legs. You don't have to just walk. You can walk, you can run, you can jog. You can skip, you can jump rope. You can walk around your house, the inside. If you want to stay cool, you can walk around the outside. You can walk around your neighborhood. You can ride your bicycle. You can ride your stationary bike. You can get on your treadmill. You can ride your elliptical. You can go swimming. You can skate. You can dance. I just named 15 things you can do, okay? So when you get bored with one, there are a plethora of other things you can do. So many other things you can do. Especially dance. Get up and dance like nobody's looking. Just like when you're singing in the shower. Everybody can sing in the shower, right? Get up and dance, okay? And before you get started, think the word radar. Starts with R, ends with R. Start with stretching, end with stretching, okay? Start with R, end with R. Start with stretching, end with stretching. You want to stretch as a part of your warm-up, okay? Stretch during your warm-up. Get that heart rate up by riding on the bike for about 5 minutes or so, maybe 10. Do some squats, do some lunges, get that heart rate up and get that heart prepared to work. Get those muscles ready to work, okay? So then you want to do your exercise. You want to exercise, you want to do your workout. When you're done, we want to bring that heart rate back down to resting heart rate, okay? So we're going to do that by slowing down. We're into the cool down. We're into the cool down. And then we're going to stretch it out. We're going to stretch it out. Start with stretch, end with stretch. Radar. Think of the A as the warm up, the 2 A's as warm up and cool down, and then R as your workout. Okay? RADAR. Think of that. Apply. Think of ways to kind of keep yourself motivated. Okay? Think of ways to keep yourself motivated. All right? We drop nuggets over here. And when I say nuggets, that means that the subscribers, the moderators, and myself, we talk amongst each other in order to motivate, encourage, and uplift each other. We tell you things that work for us, or maybe for people that we know. Does it mean it will work for you or those that you know? No, but they just might. Some of those nuggets might. So if they don't work for you, you can pass it on to a family member, a friend, a co-worker, a neighbor, a student, not a student, a classmate. You know, just pass it on to somebody else. Let them do their research. Okay? And especially if it's something that's really hard or something you haven't done before, always consult your primary practitioner, okay? Your primary healthcare provider. your PHP, your primary healthcare provider. Always, because they know you. They know what your labs say, okay? They know what your limitations may be. And you definitely know what your limitations may be. So don't be out here trying to compete and do things that you know that you can't do, all right? And we don't beat you in the head with that because that's kind of like common sense, but we just remind you. We are not going to hammer that into your head because we're all adults. And we all should know that whenever we need to take a break or stop, take a break and or stop, do so. Don't push yourself and don't be out here looking crazy, trying to do things that you know that you shouldn't be doing. Okay? Go to your team. It's a collaborative effort. You are the nucleus. You are the nucleus, right? So go to your primary healthcare provider, be it your general practitioner, which is your physician, your physician's assistant, which is your PA, your CRNP, your certified registered nurse practitioner, your nutritionist, your physical therapist, occupational therapist, any specialty doctors that you may go to for any special issues that you have. Okay? But one thing I guarantee is that within your limitations, most of them are going to want you to move. They are going to want you to move. Okay? Move. Stimulate those joints. Work those muscles. Okay? The more you move, the more synovial fluid your body creates, and it helps you around those joints. And if you have joint issues or any other issues, make sure you know that you let them know, because if they're your primary healthcare provider, they should know. If you have something new pop up, like Badass said the other day, let them know about it, okay? Let them know about it so that they can help you to develop a plan that's suitable for you. They will help you to develop a plan that's suitable for you. And as I always say, I don't know a healthcare provider that doesn't want you to move. Keep moving, and keep moving consistently, at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. But there's nothing wrong with doing cardio every day. Nothing wrong with doing it every day. Your resistance training, your weight training, give yourself a break between days. You want to do those abdominal muscles every day? That's fine. But some people, so that's why I say do your research. Some people say that they don't benefit from that. It kind of increases the risk for injury in their opinion. And some people say they love it. They love it. So do your 500 or so crunches a day, 125 each way. Or start where it's good for you. Start at a number that's good for you. It might be 40, 10 each way, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay? Make sure that you know what your target heart rate is for your age. Okay? And you know that by knowing what your maximum heart rate should be for your age. All right? So look those things up. Talk about those things with your doctor, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant. And you guys develop a plan. You are the nucleus. Okay? You are the nucleus. That's it. That's all. They are going to do. And if you feel like at some point that you aren't getting what you need from one of your providers, let them know. And if you still feel like you aren't getting what you need after you've let them know, maybe you can consult with a different one. Maybe you can consult with a different one. But do what makes you feel comfortable. But also have an open mind and listen, okay? Because a lot of times people will leave a healthcare provider because, not so much that they don't feel comfortable, but sometimes some of us are stubborn, y'all. Some of us just don't want to listen. Those people have been trained. If you're listening to someone who's been trained, listen, pay attention, listen to your body as well. You're going to do that first and foremost, but listen to people sometimes. Sometimes, you get a lot of people, lay people, who don't want to listen to the professionals. Now, again, if something just sounds weird, wild, and crazy. Of course, you go to someone else. But sometimes, it might not be something real big. They're just kind of telling you to do it this way. And you're thinking in your head, start with 10. Oh, no, I want to do 20. Then you get out there, you try and do 20, and you're out there struggling. Okay? So listen, Linda. Listen. Listen, Linda. But yeah, y'all, I'm going to shower. Please, 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 people, when you work out, what do we want to remember to do? Warm up and cool down. What is your warm up? You're stretching and increasing that heart rate gradually. Go into your workout. Bring your heart rate back down when your workout is over. After about 30 minutes or so, or however long it is that you choose. And what do you want to end with? Stretching. Start and end with stretching. Get your tablet, write that down, okay? Look it up, Google it, and Google it from a reputable source. Don't just use Google. Make sure you're looking at reputable sources. You're pretty much going okay if you're looking at the .orgs, the .edus for education, the .govs, and there are some .coms that are reputable, okay? But just make sure that you do that. You're looking at reputable sources. Reputable. And you guys, whatever you do, make sure, we just talked about how fast the weekend flies, right? And I tell you this every day. Take some time out of the day and just get some me time. Some me time. Even if you're just sitting there with your feet up and relaxing. Even if you're just enjoying the TV show. Even if you're just getting a nap in. You know, just get in an extra nap. Or two. Get in an extra nap. Especially if you had a long, hard week, okay? And just know that your goal is to strive for a better day the next day. A better week the next week. All right? Yes, Granny, yes, just walking. Just get out and walk. Even if you walk all the time, you know, sometimes we do things like walk and we say we're going to take some time out for ourselves. That's why, like I say, I don't do my exercise portion on here, because that's just my time to think, to relax. What do we say? The R words? Relax, release, relate to the things that you can. To the things that you can't, pray about it. In due time, you'll be able to relate. Even if you don't truly think that it's something that you want to relate to, you know, you'll be able to understand or get a handle on what's happening. Because you know how it is. Things happen sometimes that you have no control of. And so you just have to learn to put it in the hands of God and try to find some resolve, some resolution. Okay? Relax, release, relate when you can, and when you can't, pray. And pray all the time. Okay? Okay? So, resolve, restore. You want to restore your mind, body, and soul. Restore. Right? So those R words are something else, y'all. I'm telling you. The R words are something else. What's going on, bro? James Money 615. Those R words are something else. So restore. Rebuild. There are some things that maybe you can rebuild. Okay? Re-own. Re-own. Sometimes we let things get away from us, or we feel like they've gotten away from us, mentally, physically. Re-own it. Re-own it. Okay? Reset, refocus, restart. All right? That's what we want to do. You guys most of the things that we say over here, we say them routinely, so that when you're not on this live, you may be at work, you may be at church, and something comes up. We're trying to leave each other with things to think about. Maybe those things will help us before we react too soon. Another R word. Okay? And I say that, like I always say, these kind of talks, when we do these talks, the channels like me that we just come on in here and just shoot the breeze and we just talk. We aren't just trying to get you guys or motivate you. We're trying to motivate ourselves as well. And I wish long ago that I had known that sometimes just talking to other people about general topics, about general ways to try to look at things, approach things, handle things, that helps the person who's talking as well. That helps the content creator as well. Okay? So sometimes you may be in a pickle, and you may be angry, or you may be upset, you may be down, you may be sad, you may be a little bit perturbed, you just may be a little bit lost. Start talking to somebody else. Start talking to somebody else. And a lot of times, the words that you need to hear are in the words that you are saying to somebody else. What's going on, Rock Just Living? Hey, Rock. Welcome into the chat. Granny says, relax, release, refresh, refocus, rejuvenate, rebuild. Yes, and just restart. There are some things we can't change. But hey, just restart. Do it again. Try again. Try again. If at first it don't succeed, try again. Whatever it is. Vanessa, Granny, and Alice says, hey, Rock. Rock Just Living had that big pool out there in the yard. Yeah, that pool looks so good. It looks so nice. Rock, didn't you take it down? Oh, my gosh. Look, I wanted to come. Look, Rock, I wanted to bypass every store, every pool and patio place. I wanted to just come and get it. I wanted to just come and get it. Ron says, hey, Vanessa. Oh, my gosh. Rock had that pool was so pretty. And it looks so nice and so refreshing. I was in the pool the other day and it felt so good, y'all. It felt so good. So, and on that note, you guys remember to stay as cool as you can. Stay as cool as you can. We're talking about exercising and walking, taking it down this fall. Okay. That's good. So we'll get to see you guys in the pool again. Okay. Look, y'all. Stay safe. Okay, for those in Texas, I think it was mostly Houston, probably other areas around it, I'm sure. I hope that you guys, if you don't have your power yet, we're hoping that you get your power back soon, because it has been a while. I know it's been at least, about 4 or 5 days? So we're hoping that you guys get your power restored soon, because it is hot. It's hot. Y'all try to get as much water as you can. And if you are in a location and they are taking up donations for people who were affected by the hurricane, if you have a few dollars, please help. If you don't have if you don't feel like the dollars that you have are enough, then just buy a case of water. Buy a case of water. Buy a case of water. It is hot. It is really, really hot. And so I'm hoping that that I hope by now everybody's power has been restored who was affected by the hurricane. I really do. So even if you don't have a lot of money, just think, what would you want someone to do for you? If you just a cup of water, just thinking, I know I'm saying get a case of it, but I'm just thinking, think of it as a cup. How refreshing is a cup of water when you're at your hottest? Okay? Rock says it's miserably. Yes, Rock. That's why I'm like, if we constantly say, look at the legs move, walk, jog, run, do this stuff. If you cannot do it outside, do it on a piece of equipment in your house. Do it on some exercise equipment. If you don't have exercise equipment, walk around every room of your house. Guess what? At least you're under the air. At least you're under the air conditioner. And even then, still, make sure that you drink enough water. Okay? If you have any type of fluid restrictions or anything like that, consult with your doctor to see, how that can be adjusted. Because we are in a time where it is hot. It is hot. It's very hot, y'all. And just remember those early signs of dehydration. The first one is thirst itself. Believe it or not, some people are probably just thinking, that ain't dehydration, I'm just thirsty. Well, let me tell you, from a medical standpoint, that is the first sign of dehydration. Because if you're hydrated and you're drinking regularly, most likely you don't get thirsty. So when you get thirsty, when those lips get dry, yes, it could be the wind if it's, in the wintertime. In the summertime, some people have those dry lips, and they do have those problems. But if they're extra dry, just think water. Think getting you some water in your system, okay? Do the test that I showed in a few lives. I've shown it a couple of times. It's called titting, okay? When you pinch your skin between your forefinger and your thumb, pinch it for a few seconds, about 3 seconds, and let it go. If it's slow about getting back flat, the back of your hand, pinch that up. If it's slow about getting back flat, you're probably a little dehydrated, okay? you're probably a little dehydrated. If it goes back immediately, you're probably okay. But don't use those as the sole way to test for your dehydration, okay? Don't use those. Those are just a few signs of dehydration. You know, some people's bodies are different. But generally speaking, thirst, those dry lips, and if that skin is staying up like that when you pinch it between your finger and your thumb, maybe you need to get a little water in you, okay? You need to get a little water. Yes, Rock, walk in place. Come on, Rock, just walking in place. Because it's about the movement, y'all. It's about the movement. So you don't have to be outside. And I'm talking about some people go early in the morning because it's cool, a little bit cooler. Some people go like y'all do in the evening. But if you just can't tolerate that heat, look, because some evenings it is hot. Some evenings are hot. Some early mornings are hot. So the best thing to do is, you know, you're not really good with tolerating that heat. Stay inside. Walk around the biggest room of your house. Do you a few laps. If you have a Fitbit, something to count your steps, do that. Or walk around your house, the outside. And if you get too hot, you can immediately go back in. And like Rock just said, walk in place. You know, walk in place for so many minutes. And after a week or so, try to increase that time. There are so many ways to get in your movement. That's what it's about, the consistent movement. That consistent movement will increase that synovial fluid around your joints. If you have joint issues, you suffer from joint pain, of course, talk with your primary healthcare provider, your specialty doctor. You know, if you have an orthopedic doctor, talk to those people. They will let you know what is good for you. They will let you know a good starting point. And even though they give you all of those guidelines, if it hurts, if it bothers you, stop. Stop. Slow down and or stop. Okay? Slow down and or stop. And see, Vanessa says she danced. That's what we say over here. You can dance, you can skate, you can walk, you can jump rope, you can skip. There are so many things you can do. And you need to do different things because you will become bored. You know, if you're just going to walk, you become bored. Now, when I do my lives, I'm always walking. Because I told y'all I cannot do my exercise routine on here. I'm all over the place when I'm exercising. Just like today, I was going to do leg day. It was actually leg day. I got on my stepper and I took my weights and we made it a combo day. Okay? It was leg and arms day. And so even though I did arms yesterday, I didn't work them out like I wanted to. So I was able to do arms today as well with legs. So I'm just all over the place. So I just come on here, even though I've already done my cool down, I just do another cool down and walk. And this is an opportunity for me to go live. Y'all know what I call it. It's my meal, my 3-course meal. My warm-up is my appetizer, my workout is my entree, and my cool down is my dessert. But most days I have 2 cool downs because I come on here. And y'all, we're talking about moving for health and fitness, right? A lot of times people have other goals, like they want to lose weight. Okay? There are more things that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to do in a different way if you want to burn those calories. Remember, taking your age, figure out what your maximum heart rate is. Okay? When you get that number, you want to determine what your target heart rate is. And that target heart rate is when you start to burn calories. And it's 50 to 75% of what your maximum heart rate is. Okay? I want you guys to Google things and look it up. When I say Google, remember, get the reputable sources when you Google. Okay? That is one way to do it. Find out what it is. Because some people are just doing it for fitness, and some people just do it to move. Like I say, you know, some people may have arthritis, and the doctor has okayed it for them to, you know, to walk at a certain intensity. Because even if they have that, their joint movement can help to increase the synovial fluid to help lubricate the joints. You got some people who have bone on bone, you know, and so their doctors will assist them in what they need to do with that. But if he has okayed it for you to move, then that's what that movement does. It helps to increase synovial fluid. Even if you don't have a whole lot of, you know, cushioning left between those joints. If he says it's okay, just that movement is going to help increase the synovial fluid. But whenever it hurts you too much, whenever it's too uncomfortable, stop. Stop. And let them know so you guys can go back and reconfigure some things, okay? Reconfigure some things. Sometimes he'll tell you to do certain exercises, but he'll modify them for you. He'll modify them for you. You may not be able to do the traditional squat. You don't have to squat all the way. Look, your bottom doesn't have to bump the floor, okay? You don't have to squat all the way down like you're about to bench press some weights, okay? A modified squat can be very good for a lot of people. It still helps. It gets those muscles, those quads, it gets them built up. Just hold on to your equipment. Hold on to a table. You don't have to, use things to assist you. Use things to assist you. You want to work your body, but make sure you don't hurt your body. You want to work it, but make sure you don't hurt it. So on that note, y'all, it's the weekend. We'll see what I do, y'all. Do I go shopping? Do I go gambling? Do I go shopping? Do I go gambling? Do I go gambling? Do I go shopping? Do I go gambling? Do I go shopping? Which one? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But if you're listening, if you're within the sound of my voice, Rock came in and offered a great suggestion. Walk in place. Okay? Soldiers do it all the time. Okay? Walk in place. Walk in place. All right? Just move consistently and be persistent about it. All right? Always think 5 days a week. Just in case you miss a day or two, you've at least done 3. You've at least done 3. And if you get tired, if you get bored, if you plateau, meaning you don't really feel or see any results, switch it up. Do something different. And always remember, equal training when it comes to weight training. If you're going to work those biceps, remember to hit the triceps. If you do the front of the arms, you got to do the back of the arms. If you do those quadriceps, those thighs, you got to do those hamstrings. All right, you don't want to have these toned hamstrings and your quads looking like woo. And you don't want to have your quads toned and your hamstrings looking woo. Do some calf lifts. Lift those calves, okay? If you're just standing there doing nothing, you're in the line at the store, do some calf lifts. Do some leg raises. Do something. Okay? Sometimes you can just find the time to do some of these things. Ladies and men, most of us use the restroom at least 3 times a day, right? Guess what that is? That's 3 sets of squats. You use the restroom in the morning, do you 12 squats real quick. Make sure you stretch before. Don't want to hurt yourself, but do your 12 squats. Next time you go to the restroom, do 12 more. That's 2 sets. That evening, do 12 more. You've gotten in 3 sets. So your workout doesn't have to be from 1 o'clock to 1:30, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Get it in where you can fit it in. All right? Get it in where you can fit it in. Okay? If you hand wash your dishes, you're standing at the sink, do those calf raises. Up on those toes and down. Up on those toes and down. Make sure you stretch and warm those up as well. So, I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate you, Vanessa, Alice, Granny's World, Rogers Living. Betty came through here. Big Kane came through. Who else? Did I say Alice? James Money 615. See, that's the thing when you start naming names. You forget people and sometimes you repeat. We had a couple of new people come through, but if I did not call your name, it was not intentional. I truly enjoy each and every one of you guys. I thank you for coming through. Okay? Again, carve out some time for yourself for this weekend. Look, the family gonna get some time because they're gonna, those kids and those grandkids and that hubby and those, they're gonna get them some time. But that being said, carve out some time for yourself and make sure you have time for them as well. If you can, find some time for other family and friends as well. But make sure that you get you some rest and some relaxation. Get you some R&R, okay? Get ready for the next week, but enjoy the weekend. Okay, at some point we got to get ready for the next week, but enjoy yourself, enjoy the weekend, okay? Don't let bothered people bother you, and don't let stressed people stress you out, okay? All right, if you find yourself in somebody's misery lounge, GYGAG, grab your grip and go. GYGAG, grab your grip and go. Y'all know I put those acronyms to things, okay? We create acronyms over here. Grab your grip and go. All right? Vanessa says, good night, everyone. Granny says, great live is always Lions Pride. Thank you, Granny. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much, each and every one of you guys. My mods are the best. My mods are the best. Rock Just Living. Been my mod since day one. Jill's Comfort Zone. Been my mod since day one. Granny's World. Just became my mod, but Granny is solid. Okay? So I love each and every one of you guys, the subscribers, moderators. Y'all be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Okay? And we will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride. Hopefully tomorrow. I don't know, y'all. We still got this gambling and shopping on my mind. Let me see what's. Granny says, great live as always. Thank you, Granny. Vanessa says, good night, everyone. Great live. Thank you, Vanessa. Good night, everyone. Bless you all. Thank you, Granny. Bless you as well. Granny, I got this gambling and shopping on my mind. I'm trying to divvy up this money and see where is it going to go. Thank you all for coming in. Bye, y'all.